Hey everyone, this is DayTraderRockStar, and this is the market radar for Wednesday, May 21st. Coming into today, we expected a push higher and then a failure, and this is all based off, of course, that we have the original divergence playing out, a bearish divergence on the S&P, and the 60-minute time frame was overbought. And what happened is we had that reversal. We didn't push higher. I was looking, the truth was I would have liked to have seen a move back up here. Let's take a look at the overall levels I was looking at. When we started the day off, we could probably zoom out here, and you could see there was a rise in trend line. This trend line here really calculated using the futures, the ES Mini here, the front month, the June contract. And it's going to be different from the cash. It's going to be there's going to be a spread between the two prices there. And, so in reality, the cash hit perfectly on this retracement trend line. The trend line up here is just kind of hanging out. We wanted to see, kind of gauge that if we get some strength, we're looking at 88 to kind of roll over on the 60. The rollover came early. And I think, the truth is it actually looked pretty healthy. We pushed up against, you can see this trend line now here, really now starting to put this back in here over here. I'm going to try to zoom out here. You can see this little trend line starting from here, going up through this line here, and how we retrace back up to it. And once we failed there and we got overbought and we started pulling back down, now we could actually draw this line here to these two pivot areas, making a very nice two pivot trend line. And down here you have a really good 1, 2, 3 pattern now. So you have a recognizable channel based off of this pivot, and this pivot. Question is, do we move back down to this level, which would be it almost seems like a perfect target for this market to pull back. We haven't come back down to this area. And we can go out on the daily here and take a look at that blue trend line underneath us. And you can see it here. So it's been a while since we tested it. It's been tested multiple times. So it does look like a nice healthy line to come down to. And that's the question. The divergence here continues to push out. When you start to cycle down, make a series of lower highs, that usually tends that this trend is kind of extended. And now just looking at the daily right now, I could also tell you that we seem to be kind of put in a slight little pennant formation here, and it looks like we could probably get a break out of this either to the downside or the upside coming up. We already broke that down through a minor trend line. But now if we take a look at a 60-minute chart, it really comes into saying, all right, here we have, let's get rid of this for a second. We have this defined channel, 1, 2, 3 pattern. And now, once again, we have the 60-minute time frame overbought. Now, something's going to have to give here. Do we push back up here, break out of this flag, and move higher? The 60-minute is maybe suggesting that. Or do we kind of embed ourselves here and we get a smackdown and we come down to this level, which would be an interesting test of this overall trend. So the two scenarios are playing out. The divergence, the daily divergence, is a negative. The 60-minute, again, slightly positive. That's just where we're going to leave it right now. Not much else to talk about. It's really a guessing game right now. I feel that the daily is a bigger pattern playing out, and I have a feeling that my overall bias is starting to turn bearish here. But I haven't, again, I've seen each one of these 60-minute time frames give us a nice bounce, and each time you expect it to fail and it continues to push higher, you just have to let it play out. Right now we're oversold again. We're holding above the recent lows here. The 1, 2, 3 pattern, we can easily push higher, and if not, we push a little bit lower. This is the target I want to see down here. We'll see where these two lines match up later on. So that's it. That's the market radar tomorrow. I think overall we're looking at a slightly bearish bias, but the opportunity for a move back up here is definitely there with the 60. All right, so I'll see everyone tomorrow morning, and we'll see you then.